Hey folks, this is Kalani. The Shadowlands pre-patch event is finally live. If you've been waiting this entire time for the Scourge invasion to kickstart our next adventure, well, you don't have to wait any longer. For the next 2 weeks we can slaughter zombies, slaughter each other, and there are some shiny goodies to be had from some new rare spawns over in Icecrown. This event is also fantastic for gearing up all of those alts that you've been leveling over the last few months, so let's take a look at what there is to do in this special Shadowlands pre-patch event and where the fun really is. Before we jump in, be sure to pop by our live stream sometime over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, and we always love chatting with you wonderful folks, so I hope to see you soon. For starters, you'll probably want to progress through the invasion quest line. When you log in, you should get a quest that takes you to one of your faction leaders in your capital city. So Stormwind for the Alliance and Orgrimmar for the Horde. You will learn very quickly that some of our world's main leaders have been abducted by some mysterious winged foes. But everybody knows who to blame: Sylvanas. The Helm of Domination being torn asunder has created all sorts of problems in Icecrown, and the Scourge has been unleashed once again. The first little section here is more or less just breadcrumbs, so follow the quests, ask for the reports, kill a few cultists, and you'll be back to your capital city. At this point you should get 2 quests, one to go to Icecrown and one to go to the Eastern Plaguelands to deal with a familiar threat. Nathanos Blightcaller is now a world boss. He's also most definitely worth killing too, because he always drops a piece of item level 115 gear for you, which will be a huge upgrade if you haven't been raiding Heroic at all. The piece of gear actually comes from the world quest, and it's always a weapon from what I understand. So that should be a fantastic pickup for all of your alts, and you won't need to find a weapon for a while in the Shadowlands expansion. It won't last forever, mind you, it is only item level 115, but it should keep you happy for a few levels. If you do nothing else in this event, be sure to hop on over to the Eastern Plaguelands on all of your alts to get them a shiny weapon. It only takes a few minutes and the reward is well worth it. You also get to see a cinematic for what happens to Nathanos, which was really cool. The other questline will lead you to Icecrown with a handful of quick to complete quests. Scout a few areas, kill a few monsters, and wait for next week's questline to finish everything off. There really isn't too much in the way of story for this event, but getting through the questlines is important because it will set you up for the next part of the pre-patch event adventure: free gear. Most of the quests will reward you with a small number of Argent commendations. You can take these to a vendor at the Argent Tournament grounds or in your capital city to buy a toy, a pet, and a whole bunch of gear. The Anti-Doom Broom toy can help you sweep up some of that nasty Scourge plague, preventing it from spreading in the surrounding area. It's also just got a really cool name, so that's totally worth picking up just for fun. The Putrid Geist is the only pet on offer for this event, and I'm sure it will make a fantastic addition to your collection. If you're interested in pets and pet battles at all, I'm sure you're already planning on picking it up, but just in case you aren't, I would recommend you pick it up anyway. You never know when one of these random pets will end up being super powerful for, world quests, for rep farming or whatever later on down the line. Pet battles should not be underestimated. And then the rest of this stuff is item level 100 gear. That puts it on par with normal Nyalotha gear, which is going to be very useful for your brand new alts. They can skip straight into half decent gear, which will help with your everyday activities until the expansion arrives, and the better gear that you have while leveling, the faster those first few levels are going to be. In the grand scheme of things, gear doesn't matter all too much until we get to level 60, but it is always nice having that little bit of a boost from some better gear. If you don't have much else to do and you like the idea of gearing up some alts, this event should help you gear up incredibly quickly, and this vendor is just one piece of the pie. Now, if you're curious about the transmog that this set offers, it's nothing new sadly. It's actually a recolored version of the Warfront sets, but hey, I mean, it's another set to collect. If you didn't collect everything from the Warfront, this might actually be suitable, but it's nothing super new, nothing undead related, nothing Icecrown themed, it's just Warfront gear. If that's of interest, that's another reason to get all of these activities done so you can get a new transmog set. All of these vendor goodies will cost you Argent commendations, so let's talk about those next. You can get some commendations from the storyline quests, as we've already mentioned, and then there are some daily quests to pick up in Icecrown. You only get a few dailies to complete each day though, so you won't end up with too many commendations overall just from dailies. The main source of commendations is going to be the repeatable turn-ins for Scourge Stones. The vendor NPC in Icecrown has two options for Scourge Stone turn-ins. You can hand in 25 darkened Scourge Stones for one commendation. Not too great overall, you'll need lots and lots of these stones to really get anywhere with your gear. Darkened Scourge Stones seem to come from any monster in Icecrown right now, so if you find a good area to farm consistently and constantly with a great respawn rate, low health monsters, and maybe a group to speed things up even more, this could maybe be worthwhile, but it's a lot of work for not great payoff. You can also hand in pitch black Scourge Stones. 25 will get you 3 commendations. That's a bit better, but the real key here is that pitch black Scourge Stones are actually easier to acquire. All you have to do is kill the new rares in Icecrown. This is where the majority of your commendations will come from. Rares are also great for gearing up in general because they can drop loot themselves, so you'll be hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. You might actually get lucky and get some rare loot, which drops at item level 110, so it's actually better than the vendor loot too, and you'll be earning Scourge Stones to turn into commendations to turn in for gear. Rare farming is where the real action is in this event. Let's make the rare farming a bit easier, shall we? I would recommend installing the add-on called Rare Scanner. All one word, this add-on does a few things for you. First, it displays all of the available rares on your map. That's very handy, but it will also differentiate between new rares and old rares. The brown skulls you see are old world rares, and the red skulls are new rares, the ones we want to go for. You can get loot from each rare once per day, and you can see that the add-on keeps track of what you've killed already too. The green skulls are rares I've already killed, while the red ones are rares I can still loot today. These new rares in Icecrown are quite unique because they're on a fixed pattern and a fixed timer. The rares spawn in a very specific order, and a new rare will spawn every 20 minutes. There are 20 rares in Icecrown total, so that means you can time exactly when certain rares will come back up because there are 6 hours and 40 minutes between the spawns of any given rare. This might be the first time we've been given such a scheduled event. The Rare Scanner add-on does something else which is crazy useful. It will mark the next rare that will come up as purple on your map. So if you see a purple skull, head on over there, AFK for 20 minutes, and the rare will be right there waiting for you. Each rare also spawns with a lengthy grace period where they're unattackable for over a minute. So if you see a rare pop up on the map, no matter where you are in the zone, you should have time to fly on over and make it there before the rare is even active and attackable. Each rare drops 30 to 40 Scourge Stones, so that's already 3 commendations, or 1/5 of the way to a piece of gear, but they also have a chance to drop that item level 110 gear. That means if you get lucky, you can get even better gear, and if you don't get lucky, well, at least you're consistently working towards your next piece of loot. With how scheduled the event is, you could have WoW open in the background, tab into it every 20 minutes to get your tag on a rare, fly on over to the next one on the list, and AFK for another 20 minutes. This is so incredibly compatible with doing literally anything else while you're playing WoW. Something like watching a show on Netflix, maybe doing a bit of work, watching a new anime, or even a movie if you're okay pausing every 20 minutes or so. You can sit your ult at the next rare to come up and collect all of your shiny Scourge Stones and loot without focusing too much on WoW. If that's something that is of interest, of course. Sitting at the next rare for 20 minutes without something else to do would probably get very boring very quickly, unless you had some awesome people to chat with. If you're curious about what kinds of goodies are on offer, Rare Scanner will also show you exactly what each rare can drop, so you can prioritize certain slots like rings or whatever else, and there are some unique drops on the mobs too, like this one. Brogem over near the Syndragos' Fall has a chance to drop a 34 slot bag. There aren't many of those available in the game, so that is a huge potential reward right there. Check out the loot that's on offer. You might find something that you like, even if you're not too interested in gearing up your ults. Either way, the most valuable part of this event is definitely the easy gear. To help your alts catch up, you can get an item level 115 weapon from the Nathanos World Quest, you can get item level 110 loot from the various rares around Ice Crown, and you can turn in all of those lovely Scourge Stones for Argent Commendations to buy item level 100 gear to fill in the rest of your slots. Your alts are going to be geared up in no time. Next week, a few more quests will be introduced. We should start seeing infectious zombies roaming around, because I haven't seen any this week so far, and it's probably going to be more rare farming. But that's it for this video. What do you think of the pre-patch event so far? Do you wish the zombies were more prevalent? Do you think the rares should spawn more often? Is there anything that you are specifically going to be working on? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to help us get ready for Shadowlands, or just come ask us a couple questions, you can find us over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, and watching the stream and coming to say hi is one of the best ways you can support the channel right now. And if you ever wanted to be included in the long list of names at the end of every video, a subscription on Twitch is the easiest way to make that happen. You get a free sub to any Twitch channel if you have Amazon Prime too, so be sure to take advantage of that. A big thank you to everyone who's subscribed on Twitch already, and to our supporters over on Patreon. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you want to join these lovely guys and gals, well, now you know how. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.